Hello, hello. We are back and I'm going to be doing a jellyfly. You guys have seen me do these before. I don't want to bore you, so if you don't want to watch me do another one, you can move along. Wait for my next tutorial. For now, if you like this one, stick with me. You might learn something. I might try something new. Um, you never know. I'll try really hard to teach you something. So I was just going to sketch it on with pencil, but I've decided to just wing it with gold paint since you guys can't see the pencil. And then I'm going to fill in those little gold niblets of our jellyfly with white paint. So, so that we can start with a nice white blank canvas. I'm calling them niblets, jellyfly niblets, and I'm allowed. We're allowed to. Okay. You figure out what you want to call them, but I'm calling them jellyfly niblets. So those niblets are going to be painted white, nice blank canvas, because this rock is going to get very dark once I seal it, which is going to then make my niblets darker, and I don't really want to do that. I want my niblets to be a nice bright cerulean blue. So as you can see, I've just winged it. Literally, there's wings on the niblets. And I promise you there are 2 legs coming out the back end. You just can't see one of them because of the wings. Do not come for me, okay? So now I'm going to paint in my niblets with white paint. I'm starting with a paintbrush and then I'm going in with a little sponge. It's basically a stick with a little round sponge on the end, and it's kind of small, and I can get into those little niblets. If you don't have a small sponge, you can cut down a paintbrush and make a blending brush. My description of my blending brush tutorial, my blending brush tutorial will be in the description of this video, or you can just search it, Rachel's Rocks blending brush, and you'll be able to find it. So you're going to need it for this because there's a lot of blending going on, whole lot of blending going on, and it's inside those little niblets. Okay, so we're going to let the white niblets dry. I'm going to do a couple of coats in there. Please take a drink every time I say niblets. Okay. I felt like the gold was way too thick on my wing, so I'm using acetone or nail polish remover and a Q-tip to kind of thin that out a little bit and fix it to the way I want it to be. And sometimes, depending on the surface of your rock, it's really hard to get that off of there, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm also going to outline my niblets with black. The wings will be outlined with black as well, once I've made sure that I like the shape of them. Now it's important that you probably do draw your wings on with pencil first, because we're keeping the gold the way it is. We're not going to be able to hide any of that or fix any of that really, unless you're using nail polish remover. So we're going to need those wings to stay transparent. So we're literally just outlining the wings in gold, and we're not going to be painting anything except for a clear glitter on the inside of those wings. So we have to make sure that we're very careful with our wings. We don't want to get gold paint everywhere. It's probably just best to pencil it on first, get them the way you want them to be, then get your gold paint out. But me, I'm being brave, and yeah, the wings are not perfect, but close enough, right? One of the wings is in the way of one of the legs, so nothing's perfect, and that's okay. You're not even going to care about that when we're done. So I've outlined my wings in black. I've got my wings the way I want them to be. I'm going to let that black dry. I'm cleaning up a little bit of the gold on this wing because I felt like the wing was shaped differently. So I'm redoing the gold on that side. Then I'm going to use hologram 2796 for the inside of the wings to make like a transparent glitter. Now, hologram 2796 is unique all on its own. It's not actually holographic rainbowy. It looks more like a mint sparkle, I would say. Looks good on just about anything. I'll just say that as well. So keep that in mind. This is what I'm using, but you can use like a dragonfly glaze, which is from Folkart. You can use metallic watercolors. You can chrome the wings if you want to. Do holographic powder. It's up to you what you do with your wings. But what I'm going to do is just use hologram 2796. Easy enough. It's something that's simple enough to buy at your craft store, your Michael's, your Joann's, stuff like that. It's this stuff right here. And I always have it on hand. I always have it in my inventory of paint because I put that stuff on everything. Or at least I used to. But that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to do 2 coats of it as well. So I'm just going to paint that on carefully. I'm going to try not to get it on the gold, but some of it might get on the gold. It's not really a big deal. Just keep it within the lines. Don't get it on the outside of your wings. That's important. I feel like there's like a really weird sound in the background and I don't really know how to fix it, so I just started everything again. But you know me, I'm not, I'm just an artist. I'm just a rock painter. I don't know what I'm doing with anything else. My kids can vouch for that. So as you can see, it's changing the rock a little bit. It's making it a little bit darker. But you're really going to see more of a difference once I seal the rock with resin. These wings are going to definitely not look the same as the rest of the background of the rock. They're going to stand out. So you'll see that. I can't wait to show it to you. It's been sitting in its little resin bath all day, and I can't wait to take it out and touch it and hold it and look at it under the light and see how it looks and show you guys, because that's my favorite part. I don't really have stuff at my desk to show you, unfortunately, but hopefully, well, maybe I have a couple of things. We'll see. So as you can see, 2 coats. It looks a little bit white when you first put it on, but it does dry clear with like I said, like a mint diamondy sparkle. It's really pretty. And it looks nice with the blue, the cerulean blue. Bam, there it is. It looks really pretty with that color that I am using for our niblets. Back to the niblets. Everybody got your drink available? So what I'm doing here is I'm putting some cerulean blue with a paintbrush at the top part of the niblet. So figure out which side of your dragonfly is facing the bottom, and whichever side is facing the bottom, follow what I'm doing. Keep it blue up top and white at the bottom. Now I'm using a tiny little blending brush. Once again, there is a link in my description of this video on how to make a blending brush, but I'm also using a small sponge on a stick, which is this white thing right here. So I'm going back and forth. I'm adding white with the little one and then blending blue with the big one. Now you're going to see me going back and forth, back and forth. You got to work with it while the paint is still wet. Don't even try to walk away and leave it with a big sharp line there. You got to blend. Now, if you're any good at doing makeup, you know how to blend. So blend, okay? That's all you got to do. Keep it white at the bottom and blue at the top. Keep it dark at the top and like kind of like an ombre effect, white up to blue. You'll understand. It will start to turn into jelly niblets very soon. Don't you dare take a drink. That didn't count. I said niblets. Okay. I didn't say niblet. Oh. Cheers. So you're going to watch me just jellify these niblets. We use our own language here at Rachel's Rocks. You're allowed to say whatever the heck you want, and it really doesn't matter. So I'm jellifying them. You're going to see me go all the way down and do it quicker because I sped it up. Yeah, just so it's the same thing over and over with each niblet. Then I'm going to outline each niblet with gold, then outline each niblet with black, which I accidentally stopped recording at that part, so you don't get to see that. And I'm sorry. I said that I was going to get better at that this year. Like I vowed to get better at that, and I haven't. And I won't. I don't think I will. So I'm sorry for that. But anyway, I am continuing to blend, blend, blend. And don't forget, like, don't use the same sponge for all your blending. Use one for the white and one for the blue. It'll just work out way better for you. See, they're starting to look kind of puffy and 3D, kind of like, you know what I mean? And poof, it's been outlined with gold and black. Now I'm taking white and I'm just kind of blobbing on a little bit of white shine to each little niblet, which if you kind of stand back a little bit and squint, it actually looks like it's made of jelly, like a gummy worm, gummy jellyfly. There you go. And the wings are transparent. You don't really see that sparkle right now, but I promise you're going to see it very soon. Now I'm taking orange and I'm doing big dots, just 3 of them on the top wings and 2 of them on the smaller back wings. I forgot to outline my back leg there that's peeking out. So remind me to do that. So now I'm using bold orchid, which is also Folkart. And I'm doing a dot at the bottom, a dot at the top, and then 2 dots between there. That's how many petals we have on our very simple dotted flowers. Very, very simple. Now you're thinking, like, why is there such a blank space between them? Like, that doesn't look right. We're going to be doing some leaves, some foliage. Don't worry, there's a method to my madness. You've probably seen this exact same one on my channel before, unfortunately, but this time I might be better. This time I've definitely got more experience, okay? I have skills that I have earned since the last Jellyfly, so there you go. Now you have to keep making sure that if you go outside of the lines and you get your petals on the gold or your leaves on the gold, you have to go back and fix it. So just go back over top of your gold to make sure that you're outlined properly. It just kind of cleans everything up. I can already see some petals that are going over top of the gold, so I definitely have to go back over that and fix it like I am now. So I'm letting our petals dry. Our bold orchid is actually going to end up with a light lilac or light lavender dots on them as well. You'll see that afterwards. Right now I'm using Martha Stewart's Swing Set Green. And I'm just doing big, kind of, they're not even nice. They're not even really pretty. They're just green leaves. Very simple. I think I'm trying to get, like, depending on where the flower is located on the wing, I'm trying to put 2 leaves on each flower. Some of them, there's no room for 2 leaves. There might only be room for like a little green blip there, okay? I'm not perfect, doing the best I can. So I had to go over some of my orchid colored petals again because my leaves got on top of them. So if you work too fast, you do end up having to go back over things again. Once those are dry, I'm going to use the light lavender, and I'm going to put smaller dots on top of those bold orchid dots. But I'm doing those dots closer to the orange circle in the center. And so, yeah, I'm going to speed it up, not to bore you. I'm also going to be using like a lime green, and I'm just going to do a little bit of lime green down the centers of the leaves, just to kind of brighten them up a little bit. Trust me, it looks nicer. So lime green, just use a dark green and a light green for this. You don't have to use the exact same colors that I use, by all means. Use what you have. But just take a look at what I'm using, and you can use dark purple and light purple. You can use dark pink and light pink. You can do green and yellow for your leaves. You can do a red jellyfly instead of blue. You do not have to do blue. I just like cerulean blue is like my favorite color in my entire inventory of paint. I promise. I don't know why, and my favorite color is purple, but I love painting with cerulean blue. I don't know why. It's just my favorite. Did I outline the leg? Don't forget his leg. So I think it's pretty much ready for a resin bath. I am going to put my signature on the front, not the back, because I do have a little space here down at the bottom to put my initials. I'm going to be putting little crystals in the center of the orange parts. While it's drying, I'm going to let it dry for 6 or 7 hours. I'm going to put the crystals on, then I'm going to let it dry for a couple of more hours, and then I'm going to show it to you. So hang on tight. See you soon. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to show you just a couple of little things that are at my desk, not just my nails. So there's this pretty thing. Kind of looks like a succulent or a flower, but there's some dots and there's some gold and some sparkles. I really like that one. I've also been making some cute little charms out of resin and watercolors and little stainless steel bezels. And if you're interested in doing some of those kinds of things with me too, I'll show you what I put these charms on. I actually make bracelets as well. So there's lots of different things, different charms that I'm trying to make. But I will be putting some of these little charm bracelets in my shop, but probably closer to summer, spring and summer. Super, super nice. And this one's got like a moon and stars in it, so it's kind of cool. Let me know what you think. And here is the star of the show. First of all, look at how dark that rock went. It is absolutely magnificent. The dragonfly pops on top of that dark color, thank goodness. Still looks like a jellyfly. Still can see lots of glitter. The lighting was awful, so I took a picture so you guys can stare at it a bit better. Wow, I really like making these. I always do. I'm going to make some different colors and get them in my shop over the next couple of weeks. This one will be going in my shop along with some other items, along with those beautiful scarabs that I posted yesterday. They will be going in my Etsy shop. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button and share my video where you can. It really does help me out. I want to try and get an algorithm going in my favor because my channel is just slowed right down. So keep painting, and I will be back in a couple of days. I love you.